Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
Hi, this is Patrick from The Razor's Edge, and I'm here with...
Jason,
sorry.
A.K.A. the Slam King.
The Slam King.
Yeah, from Slamchester.
That's quite a serious title you've got yourself there.
It is. Heavy as the head that wears the crown, so to say.
Speaking of Slamchester, I was recently at Offalfest in Manchester.
Yeah.
With a load of bands I'm sure you're familiar with. 357 Homicide, Embolectomy.
Yeah.
It really does seem like the slam scene in the UK is in such a good place.
It really is. Like, there's so much talent in extreme metal in the UK, and I don't think, and the fans are there, because like, look at all these shows that we played in the UK with Cannibal Corpse. Every single one's been sold out.
Yeah.
We played in front of a sold out crowd of 2,500 people in Manchester alone.
That's
and
brilliant.
Bristol was sold out, Glasgow was sold out, London was sold out. So it's like the scene is there. The scene is there, and I personally think that the metal media and the industry in this country doesn't push and support the homegrown extreme metal scene like they should.
Yeah.
Because if you look in all the magazines or whatever, or the festivals, it's always the same fucking bands playing. It's always the same bands getting all the push and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's so much fucking talent there. There's so many bands. There's such a massive scene. People are hungry for extreme metal.
Yeah.
Like, and I think the industry in the UK needs to really get behind like their own bands and push them to the fucking moon. Because like, do you know what I mean? It's wild, because you just never see it anywhere. You never see any of these brutal death metal bands or these black metal bands or like these extreme metal bands from the UK. You never see them like in magazines. You never see them on the festivals. You never see them getting the push or do you know what I mean, that they should get. Like, so yeah, I think that there's such a massive scene and such a huge opportunity for the UK industry to get behind some bands like and just grow this scene, man, because people are clamouring for it. Like, it's crazy.
I agree with you 100%. I think going to Offalfest especially brought it home to me because the attendance was really good, the vibe was amazing, the bands, really good quality bands.
Yeah.
They weren't all from the UK, but the majority were, and just absolutely pummeling. And
It's there. It's there for the taking.
We're doing our bit, and I'm doing my bit. I seem to be sort of covering the slam scene in particular recently. So
Good stuff.
I've been very lucky. But I think it's probably always been the case, hasn't it? The flashier bands from overseas. But we've always had a great heritage for extreme metal in this country, haven't we? And
this is where it started.
Yeah.
Like Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, like it started it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We've got to hold up our this crazy history of metal.
We invented metal.
You know what I mean?
We invented grindcore, didn't we?
Totally. Like.
But you guys are obviously flying the flag for British extreme metal, and you've been playing all over the world. And how do you find the fans take to you guys overseas?
Oh, amazing! Like, I mean, UK and Europe has always kind of been like a bit of a slow burn for us.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it seems like people in the UK and Europe are finally starting to take notice.
Yeah.
Whereas in America, it was always a lot easier for us because of the style of music that we play.
Yeah.
So, because most people, outside of the UK, whenever they hear us, they always instantly assume that we're American.
Yeah.
Because of the style that we have. So yeah, we've always had it way easier in America, but yeah, it's getting to the point now where in the UK especially, like, we're getting to the point where we can't be ignored anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We've been doing this for 17 years. We're like, in my opinion, we're one of the hardest working bands in extreme metal. We're always on tour. We're always writing albums. We're always recording albums, releasing music videos, whatever it takes, because this is what we were made to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's getting to the point now where people are starting to take notice, and then we can't be ignored anymore.
No,
you know
you're reaping the rewards of that hard work.
We're starting to kick these doors down now.
Excellent. So what do you think it is about the North and Manchester that seems to produce good slam? And
because I think it's the mindset, because obviously where the way that we grew up is I'm from a council estate. I'm working class. I grew up in some shitty council estate in Manchester with fuck all. Yeah. I've come from nothing. Do you know what I mean? We never had money or anything. But it's I had this love for metal, and I always wanted to be in a band, and I just knew that it was what I wanted. So it's I scratch and claw and earn everything. We've earned everything that we've got. We've never been given any handouts. We've never been given any leg ups or you know what I mean, from anyone in the scene or the industry. No one's ever gave us a fucking chance. No one's ever do you know what I mean? We've had to fight for what we've got.
And I'm sure you appreciate it,
and that's
more.
why we appreciate it. And I think it's that. I think there's a lot of that in the North, because obviously there's they always talk about the North-South divide, where further south you go, more towards London, you get more people have a bit more money and stuff, cost of living's higher and stuff, whereas up north
it's grim up north.
Yeah, it's grim up north, innit? Do you know what I mean? So we come from a grim background, a lot of us. Do you know what I mean? I'm speaking for myself and the guys in my band.
Yeah.
But it's when you grow up like that, it's you know that you have to fucking fight for everything that you have and everything that you want, and then when you get it, you appreciate it more because you know that you've earned it and you know that you deserve it, and we fucking deserve this.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
So how did the band come about then?
Originally, I said, I just always wanted to be in a band, since I was 12.
Yeah.
And it was the only thing that I've ever wanted to do, and because I was watching the fucking Pantera Home videos and shit, and as soon as I saw those videos, I was like, that is what I want to do. And so then I was so I tried playing guitar. Shit at that. Couldn't fucking do it. So I got rid of the guitar. I was right, I'll try drums then. Played drums for a few years. Wasn't really very good at that either. And then I was playing drums, and I was in college, and I think I'd just turned 17.
Right.
And my friend in one of my classes, called Gary, he played drums as well. And he comes up to me one day and he's like, "Oh, Jace, do you know anyone who can do death metal vocals? Because I'm in a grindcore band, looking for a vocalist." And I was just like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." I've never done vocals in my life, right? Had no idea what I was doing. I was just like, "Fuck it," right? So I went home, and I was like, "I need to record something." So I recorded myself. Right, this was 2004, right? So do you remember them? Old PC mics?
Yes.
Stand up little tiny microphones you used to talk to your mates on AOL Messenger and shit like that, a Yahoo chat, right? So I got that, and I used the voice recorder on my mum's PC, which was a bag of shit, right? And I'm in her bedroom, and it's 8:30 at night, so I'm trying to growl, but I've never done it before, and I was trying to do it really quietly, so I didn't wake up my little brother or my little sister. And I'm and I'm just singing to fucking Ruined by Lamb of God. So anyway, I send him that, and I was just yeah, whatever. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, sick. Do you want to come round? We're practicing this Saturday at my house. Do you want to come round and we'll jam a bit and see how you get on, right?" So I went round to his house, and then that's where Sean was, who's our guitarist, and he was like, "Oh, do you know any other songs?" I was like, yeah. So we put Spheres of Madness on by Decapitated on a little CD
what
player.
An album,
right,
an
little
album.
CD player is about this big, yeah. One of those little portable CD players. I was like, right, I'll sing this. So I got a microphone and it's plugged into the amp, and I sang Spheres of Madness but with a Polish accent, because obviously they're
how it
Polish,
is.
and that's how it is on the album. So I was like, one people, that and everything, and anyway, they were like, oh, sick, right? And then so we got on really well, and I think that's why they were like, yeah, like.
Could they play along to Spheres of
No,
Madness? No, I was going to say.
I think they could play the opening riff, and that was about it. But like not back then. But like, yeah. So I think like they accepted me just because we got on really well. We clicked straight away.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't my fucking vocals at the time. and then we started. Well, the band. It was the band that would eventually, in some form, become Ingested. So the band was called Age of Suffering.
Right.
And we were like, it was more like death grind, sort of like old school sort of death metal-y stuff. And we were only kids. And we played some shows around like Stockport. I think we played 2 shows in Stockport. We played the Stockport Student Union. And because I'm from Stockport. And we played the Thatched House, which was like a pub.
That sounds a bit posh.
Nah, it's not. It's fucking not, mate. It's not there anymore. And then we played a show in Southport as well. I think we played shows in Manchester, like the city centre, and that went on for 2 years. And then in 2006, we met Lynn, our drummer, because he was playing for a band called Decapity. And he just started playing drums for Crepitation, who were like another slam band from up north.
Yeah.
Well, they started in Manchester, but and we got on really well, and we were like, oh, we need to fucking get this guy because this guy's fucking sick. Because like our drummer at the time couldn't really play the shit that we wanted to play.
Yeah.
So we were kind of like limited to how we were. So basically, we binned him off in the nicest way possible, and then we got Lynn, and then that like opened up.
Just went from
that opened up so much like musically because we could finally like play the sort of stuff that we wanted to play, which was like fast and brutal, and we were like, right, okay, well let's fucking break that shit up, like so we liquidated Age of Suffering, scrapped all the songs, renamed ourselves as Ingested. And that was 2006, and then the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And so where did the slam influences come from?
Well, we were listening to, like, in our late teens, we were all like very into like stuff like Devourment, Degrade, Carnival, Prosopis, Cinerary, Abominable Putridity, like all the Suffocation as well. Obviously, they've got a lot of slam in that. I know they're not a slam band, but they were like one of the proto slam bands. So yeah, we were listening to all that stuff. We listened to a lot of brutal death metal as well. We were listening. Me and Sean used to listen to this band, right, which is still the most brutal band I have ever heard. They're called Enmity. And they released like 2 records.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Yo, you have never heard anything like it. It is like the whole album just sounds like you could like we always like skip through bits like on YouTube and just go, and you can't tell what the fuck's going on. You just like this just sounds like the same because it's just all just ridiculous blast beats and just these like fucking gurgled vocals. It's the most insane thing ever. So if anybody's listening and you want to listen to the most brutal band that has ever been, Enmity. Called Putridity as well. They're number 2 for the most brutal band ever. Because it's just like you just like you start laughing because you're just like this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Like, so yeah, we used to listen to all that shit. Like we listened to a lot of brutal death metal, like Brodequin, Gorgasm, Putrid Pile, Insidious Decrepancy, Decrepit Birth's original album. In Veracity, Severe Torture, like I could go on forever, like that was the stuff that we were listening to. Dying Fetus, so that like really shaped like who we wanted to be, like, and with our first album we were listening because obviously you know what slam and brutal death metal lyrical content's like, it's fucking horrendous, and we were just like, these 18-year-old kids, and we were just like, we can do more obscene and more offensive and more horrific shit than that.
It's
and
like
then
you've been given the keys to the sweet shop, isn't it?
So we
Just
did.
unleashed.
And then we did our debut albums, Passing the Boundaries of Human Suffering, which is still like one of the most obscene albums like ever made. Like it's fucking hell. Like we did the 10-year, we did the Decade of Human Suffering tour. We did it like all over Europe, Eastern Europe and Russia and Ukraine, and then we did it in America where we played the whole album like in order.
Right.
And like going back, like and like reading through the lyrics and shit, I was just like, fucking hell! Like I was just like, Jesus! Like I don't remember it being this bad.
You were embarrassed.
I wasn't embarrassed because I stand by my art, man. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just it's fucking. It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and I was just like, fucking hell! Like, I was like, well, then we just got on stage and played it all over the world.
Introduced a whole new.
Yeah, we were just like, fuck it. Like, yeah, if Cannibal Corpse could get away with fucked with a knife,
yeah,
I could get away with skinned and fucked and all the other horrible shit like pre-released fetal mush. Jesus Christ! Oh
but
my
it
god!
don't make you a bad person.
No, not at all. Like, do you know what I mean? We all like horror movies, don't we?
Exactly.
It's just an audio
Exactly.
horror movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's all done with tongue in cheek. If you haven't got a sense of humour, then don't come to the fucking show.
Exactly. So after this tour, what's up for the band? A bit of a rest, or no?
We don't rest. What's rest? We don't rest. We barely sleep. Like, nah, we go home. So this tour's been 7.5, nearly 8 weeks, and then we go home for 6 days.
Right.
And then we go out to America for our headline tour with Devourment, Organectomy, and Extermination Dismemberment.
Wow.
And that's 5 weeks. So we're basically going straight into another tour, shaping up to be like our most successful headline tour in the US to date,
That's
which is
a pretty
exciting.
amazing lineup, to be fair.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
I mean we've got the fucking Slam Daddies like
Yeah.
on the tour. Like when
Have
we
you,
locked
have you
him
played
out-
with those guys
we
before?
We've played 2 shows with them, 3 shows with them before, but we've never toured with them. And obviously, like they're legends, man. They're a band that we've looked up to like our whole.
That
career.
must be surreal.
It is surreal.
Or
but
like
it's
playing
like,
with Cannibal Corpse as well. It must.
well, obviously Cannibal Corpse is like they're the absolute kings of death metal.
Yeah.
But it's like getting Devourment on our tour. We were just like, this is fucking amazing. I'm gonna watch these motherfuckers every night. Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, like I'm speechless about that. Like, but yeah, it's shaping up to be our most successful US headline tour to date, which is really exciting.
Anybody in the USA listening to this,
definitely
go to that tour.
Yeah, get your tickets because they're going fast. Like, so yeah, we do that, and then we come home. We fly back from the headline tour, and then we go straight into Download.
Oh, you're playing Download.
Straight into Download.
Oh.
We're on a Friday Dogtooth stage, early afternoon, I think.
Excited about that one?
Yeah. I think it's been a long time coming, but you know, I think we should have been playing it a long fucking time ago. But again, it goes back to what we were talking about before. Do you know what I mean? So it's better late than never. Do you know what I mean?
They've not always had the most extreme bands on either, have
No.
they? That seems to be more of a sort of recent thing. For them, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it's like, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and we're gonna put a show on that they're never gonna fucking forget. Like, I'm gonna incite chaos in that fucking audience. Like, and then after that we go home for like 2 days, I think, and then we do 3 shows with Lorna Shore. I think they're all sold out as well. It's Southampton, Belfast and Dublin.
Wow.
And then we go home and have a little bit of a rest, and then in the summer
There must be some more European festivals.
Yeah, we're playing Brutal Assault in I know it's in Czech. I'm not sure. It's not in Prague, but it's in Czech. So we're playing Brutal Assault, and then we've got some shows around that as well in Europe.
Yeah.
We're doing a show with Heaven Shall Burn in Germany, which is going to be wild. And then after that, I get to go home and go on holiday with my family and actually have a break. Yeah, until later in the year,
And then
but then
it'll
that's shit
start
that's shit that I can't talk about yet because it's not been announced. But it's very exciting. So
We look forward to any announcements
Yeah.
from the band. So, what have been the best moments from this tour then?
playing a sold out show in Manchester.
Yeah.
That was.
Did you feel like?
Yeah, I was so like
heroes?
overwhelmed and like I can't even put it into words now, but I was like. I couldn't really speak in between the fucking songs because I was just like, oh my fucking god, and the whole crowd's just going Slamchester, Slamchester, and it's like 2,500 people all chanting that, and it was like because that's our home, and
that must be pretty amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. It's like we did a sold out show in Glasgow, which was wild. We did the sold out show yesterday in London, which was fucking crazy, but. Playing a sold out show at Academy One in your hometown and the whole crowd like chanting Slamchester and going fucking mental. I was
You'll
just
never
like,
forget that, will
yeah,
you?
it made me want to fucking cry. Like I was just like, this is fucking unbelievable because it felt like, yeah, man, like this is.
Well, you made
like,
it, I guess.
This is
you,
it.
when
This is
that
like,
happens.
this was like. We've earned this shit.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It just felt amazing to get such love. And feel the support from like our home crowd,
Brilliant.
and it was awesome.
Brilliant.
Nothing will ever top that. Like it was so good.
Maybe the Devourment tour.
Yeah, but it's not in Manchester. Then like I mean that the Devourment tour is gonna be great, but I mean like it's not that, man. Like that was just something else, man. Seriously.
I'm really chuffed for the band.
Thank you.
I agree that I think you deserve it. Obviously, you work incredibly hard as a band, and you just make great music. So. And as a fan, yeah, that's what we want. So,
Yeah.
all power to you guys and keep
Thank
going.
you.
And I'm really looking forward to the show tonight. And are you going to be doing Spheres of Madness tonight?
No, not tonight. No. Might sing it with a Polish accent again. Right? No, but yeah, the show's going to be great tonight. Last show of the tour, so and I've been taken off the leash as well tonight, so I'm allowed to do a wall of death. Because for the past 2 shows, I've not been allowed.
Oh,
yeah.
Who said that?
Venue. So
Right.
yeah, so tonight I'm off the leash, so it's gonna be fucking carnage, mate. Like
It's gonna be crazy.
But thank you for having me.
Excellent. No, thank you from the Razor's Edge and from me personally, and I can't wait to see you guys tonight.
Cheers. I hope you enjoy the show.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website www.therazorsedge.rocks.